Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are literally building a digital fortress. We're going to pull back the curtain on ProtonVPN's architecture to see exactly how a modern, high-security privacy network actually operates. And to do this, we're going to trace the fascinating journey of just a single packet of your data, from the exact moment it leaves your device, travels across the globe, and securely hits the open web. So, here's our roadmap for this journey. First up, securing the local device. Second, building the encrypted tunnel. Third, we'll look at the secure core architecture. Fourth, engineering for maximum speed. And finally, defeating global censorship. Let's dive right in. All right, part one, securing the local device, the first perimeter. This is exactly where your data starts its journey. Now, before a single byte of data even leaves your phone or your computer, it desperately needs a failsafe. Think of the kill switch as a digital blast door. If your VPN connection drops unexpectedly, maybe just a random network hiccup, this mechanism instantly alters your system's routing tables or firewall rules. It completely shuts down all outside traffic. The absolutely crucial point here is that not a single drop of your data, your IP address, or your DNS requests can leak out to your internet service provider while that secure tunnel is down. What's really cool here is how much control you actually have over this perimeter. Through a feature called split tunneling, you get to dictate exactly what goes inside the fortress walls. Using exclude mode, you might route, say, a high-bandwidth multiplayer game outside the VPN so you get lower ping, while keeping everything else locked down. Or if you flip to include mode, you could decide that literally only your web browser gets that fortress protection. It's precision security, perfectly tailored to your setup. Moving on to part two, building the encrypted tunnel. An impenetrable wrapper. Your data is finally ready to leave the device, but it absolutely needs this layer of defense first. To build this tunnel, we have to pick a protocol, right? The two heavyweights in this space are OpenVPN and WireGuard. OpenVPN is the absolute gold standard. It's over 20 years old, completely battle-tested, and super flexible since it supports both TCP and UDP connections. But on the flip side, we have WireGuard. WireGuard is the cutting-edge alternative. It is incredibly lightweight. We're talking just a few thousand lines of code compared to OpenVPN's massive library. That makes it blazingly fast and highly efficient, which is, by the way, fantastic for your laptop's battery life. Let's actually peek under the hood and see how WireGuard pulls off this combo of speed and security. It uses a mix of state-of-the-art cryptographic primitives. Cha-Cha-20 handles the symmetric encryption, so it's the lock on your actual data packets. Poly 1305 acts as the authenticator, basically making sure the data hasn't been tampered with in transit. And Curve 25519 handles the anonymous key exchange, meaning the initial handshake with the server is completely invisible to anyone snooping around. It's just an incredibly elegant mathematical defense. It ensures your data, whether that's highly sensitive corporate emails or just your weekend Netflix binge, is locked down tight. But here's the catch with WireGuard right out of the box. It actually wasn't designed for commercial VPN privacy. By default, it assigns a static IP address to users, which is definitely not great for true anonymity. And this just brilliantly highlights Proton's engineering mindset. They customize WireGuard using a double NAT routing system. So the first NAT rewrites your IP to a random internal session IP, and the second NAT rewrites it again to the server's public IP. This clever little modification dynamically provisions sessions, completely fixing WireGuard's inherent privacy flaws, so your true identity stays hidden. Okay, part three, the secure core architecture. Physical routing. Now that our packet is securely wrapped up, where is this data actually physically going? Look, if you're up against advanced network adversaries, a single server might not cut it. That's exactly where Secure Core comes in. Your encrypted data doesn't just make a straight shot to its final destination. Instead, it first routes to a hardened Secure Core server located in a privacy-friendly country with really strong data laws, specifically Switzerland, Iceland, or Sweden. Only after that hop is it forwarded to your final exit server in whatever country you picked. This double hop routing means that even if an attacker manages to compromise the final exit server, there is no way they can trace the traffic back to your true IP address. And guys, these are not just regular rented servers. Proton owns and provisions this infrastructure directly. We are talking about high-security physical data centers. They use bare metal servers, which completely avoids the vulnerabilities you get with virtual machines. Plus, they use full disk encryption across the entire board. So the main takeaway here is that even if a highly resourced attacker literally broke into the data center and ripped the physical server right out of the rack, they still wouldn't be able to access the encryption keys or your data. Part 4. Engineering for maximum speed. Optimizing the network. Now you're probably thinking all this heavy cryptography and double routing is going to slow your connection down to an absolute crawl, right?
Well, actually no. Through a proprietary technology they built called VPN Accelerator, connection speeds can actually increase by up to 400%. And you'll really notice this when you're connecting to servers that are geographically super far away.
To get how they pull off this massive 400% boost, we need to quickly understand a concept called goodput. Goodput is basically just the amount of useful bits of information delivered over a certain time. When you connect to a server across the globe, TCP network congestion acts like a massive digital traffic jam, and that severely drops your goodput. Proton overcomes this by breaking up that really long journey into shorter paths, kind of like taking back roads to avoid a blocked highway. Then they apply a specialized TCP flow control algorithm called BBR along those paths. BBR recovers from packet loss incredibly fast and ramps up to maximum speed way quicker than traditional routing ever could.
Now, another huge bottleneck they had to engineer their way around is the server CPU itself. Standard protocols like OpenVPN don't actually use multi-threading out of the box, meaning they get completely bottlenecked by the speed of just a single core on the server's processor. To fix this, Proton fundamentally re-engineered how OpenVPN runs on their servers to support multi-threading. It evenly distributes your encrypted sessions across multiple processes, ensuring that a single CPU thread never gets overloaded.
And they literally didn't stop there. When a single server is chewing through over 100,000 packets per second, every single microsecond matters. They actually went in and modified the Linux network stack itself. By bypassing the normal packet processing paths for known traffic and offloading internal communications to custom companion processes, they stripped out the code inefficiencies that caused those tiny connection stalls. It's essentially a hyper-optimized superhighway for your data.
Which brings us to part 5, defeating global censorship, bypassing firewalls. Our packet is moving incredibly fast now, but what happens if a strict government firewall tries to block it from reaching the open web? If you're on a restricted network, say at a strict university or under an authoritarian regime, network admins are absolutely going to try to block VPN ports. That's where Smart Protocol kicks in, as your autopilot. It actively probes the network and will automatically switch protocols totally behind the scenes. For instance, if standard UDP traffic gets blocked, it might seamlessly shift over to OpenVPN using TCP port 443. Now, what's brilliant about this is that port 443 is the exact same port used by regular secure HTTPS web traffic. So to the censor's firewall, your VPN traffic just looks like you're browsing a secure banking website. But what if this censorship is even more advanced? What if they're using deep packet inspection to actively sniff out that specific OpenVPN signature? Enter the stealth protocol. Proton built this completely custom, obfuscated protocol from the ground up. By using a unique implementation of WireGuard running over TCP, stealth basically strips away all the recognizable metadata of a VPN connection. It is designed to be totally undetectable, letting users completely bypass the most advanced state-level internet restrictions.
And this actually brings up a great little story that illustrates the philosophy behind the tech. When Proton asked their community to name this new anti-censorship protocol, the #1 choice was actually neutrino. As the Proton team pointed out, it's a super fitting connection to their physics roots at CERN, because neutrinos are these subatomic particles that can pass invisibly through all matter in the universe without ever being stopped, just like this protocol passes right through censorship firewalls. Now, they eventually went with the name stealth, but that physics metaphor is just absolutely perfect. So we followed our data packet all the way from the local blast doors of the kill switch, through the complex math of WireGuard, deep into the bare metal servers of the secure core, watched it get accelerated by custom TCP algorithms, and finally saw it bypass global firewalls disguised as nothing but ordinary static. Understanding this architecture really shifts your perspective on internet privacy, doesn't it? So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Now that you know exactly what a true digital fortress looks like, who currently has visibility into your unencrypted digital life? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.